Working on a 2014 Volkswagen Jetta with a 2.0. Customer complaint, raw fuel smell, flashing, check engine light. I'm going to start with checking it for codes. Let me get you on the scan tool here. And no codes present. I'll take you to scan data, show you that this vehicle is misfiring. Do a custom. This should have misfire data. Deselect all. Yeah, misfire 1, 2, 3, misfire 4. We'll just do a list view. Car, start it up. Extended crank. Misfire counter on cylinder 2. No other cylinders. And there is a ton of smoke. You can smell the fuel. Yeah, definitely misfiring. So I have my scope hooked up to my ignition. This is my cylinder 2 ignition wire, and underneath the intake I have test lead on my injector control. So let's go to the scope. There's my injector waveform. I have control. I know there is some pintle movement right there. A couple snap throttles. A lot of smoke coming out of here. Zoom out a little bit. Did I lose? I think I lost my injector control. Definitely had control, I know. I think maybe my lead came off. Nope, still there. I know I seen a bit of a lean misfire in there. Right there. Lean misfire right there. Let me show you why this is misleading. Okay, so on this one there's a Schrader valve on the fuel rail. Let me turn this key on for you. See my fuel pump prime, and it immediately is dropping off. This cylinder number 2 fuel injector is stuck open. And the reason we are getting a lean misfire is because it's dropping total fuel pressure for the other cylinders and that cylinder itself. So there is fuel being dumped into the exhaust because the fuel injector is not sealing. Although we had control and pintle movement, this injector is not sealing. So this car needs a fuel injector. I can't even flow test these because the rail won't even hold pressure. I'll cycle this key on again. Key on, and it immediately drops off. I can't even flow test these if I wanted to. But I have control of this injector. Go back, I wonder why I lost that. That's lean misfire right there, but it's misleading in this because it's not that it's lean, it's because it's dropping fuel pressure. See, that one's good. Man. Another one. Definitely misleading here. You think it'd be stuck closed, but really the extended crank and all that raw fuel coming out. If you have a fuel injector that's stuck closed, you're not gonna have all this smoke. Well, I'll see if I can get you an after shot after I put this fuel injector in. I'm 100% confident that's what it needs. So one more thought. Just want to explain this a little bit better. I can't even crank this over anymore because this cylinder is probably starting to get hydrolocked because all the fuel is just dumping off into it. What's happening is that my ignition waveform that looks like a lean misfire is being caused by this stuck open fuel injector on cylinder 2, and what it's doing is it's causing the entire rail pressure to drop. And so when I crack the throttle and it opens that injector even more, pulses it even more, rail pressure is dropping even lower to the point where there's not enough fuel getting in, and it's causing what looks like on the ignition a lean misfire. And probably on every single one of these wires, if I go to it, it's probably going to show me a lean misfire, when really it's not that it's lean. I mean, it is lean, but it's lean to the point because cylinder 2 is not sealing and it's dumping fuel into cylinder 2. So that's what the rich exhaust is for. And under certain conditions, like when you snap the throttle, my ignition waveforms look like lean misfires. But really, it's from this stuck open fuel injector causing rail pressure to drop. So that's why it looks like a lean misfire on my secondary ignition. So it's not a lean misfire, it's really a stuck open fuel injector causing rail pressure to drop. It needs an injector in cylinder 2. Alright, since I don't have a fuel injector to put in, and I want to prove that this is definitely what's wrong with this car, I'm going to have Ryan just get in there and give me a few primes. I got the spark plug removed, and you can actually see this fuel. Go ahead, Ryan. Leaky injector. There's no control right now. There should be no fuel spray right now. Give me one more. Perfect. This car needs a fuel injector. If I can get an after shot, I will. If not, we know 100% it is bad. Just want to say one last thing. This vehicle should probably have the oil changed. I just want to stick a screwdriver in there. You can see that there's fuel all over it. It's kind of hard to see, but you can take my word for it. When you have a fuel leak like this, the fuel will leak past the rings and get into the oil and contaminate the oil. And later on down the road, you could potentially have false rich faults, and maybe some drivability issues later on. So definitely an oil change in order for this vehicle. And thanks for watching. Definitely needs a fuel injector.